Hi everyone, it's so nice to see you all again. I hope you're doing great. I decided to come on to say hi. I know it's been a minute, and also to explain a little bit of my journey into the Bodytalk system. So, for those who haven't met me yet, my name is Adriana Barros. I am a certified Bodytalk practitioner, and the Bodytalk system, very briefly for those who haven't heard of it before, is a consciousness-based, holistic, and very complete healthcare system that is designed to bring balance to mind, body, and spirit. It's designed to reconnect the lines of communication between brain and the different systems in the body that get compromised when we are under stress. So basically everything that affects our body in a physical, mental, spiritual, emotional level starts in the brain. So the brain is the big antenna, the master commander is really what connects us to everything that happens in around us in the universe. So basically all the connections that we make with everything and everybody starts in the brain. So it is about how we perceive things, how we absorb things, how we interact with things and people, and all those interactions, are they positive, are they negative, are there positive or negative emotions attached to them? All those perceptions, all those memories of everything that we live will be stored on our mind, will be stored on our subconscious mind, especially if they are negative, if things that we deal with are traumatic, if those events have harmed us on some level, and the charge to those memories, the charge to the experiences that were negative to us, those will get stored in our subconscious mind, and when we least expect, they start coming to surface again and bringing us all that anxiety, all that fear, all that sadness again, which means they haven't been resolved. They're still bottled up, they are still buried inside, and we do need to let them go, otherwise they will start compromising the different body organs and parts. And with time, we'll start developing diseases. So I am trained to learn of those imbalances in the body mind, identify them, and clear them from our whole spectrum, for our whole mind, body, and spirit. So I am trained to put the body on track so the body can do the adjustments itself. There's a series of techniques that we use in Bodytalk, as well as principles from different Eastern, Western medicines that allow me to make a list of those imbalances in the order that they happen, in the order that the body wants me to address them. And once that is in place, I have to integrate those changes into the body, which is done through tapping of the three brains, head, heart, and enteric brain or gut brain. And once that is done, the body starts changing, shifting accordingly, as deep as cellular and quantum levels. Once that's done, the body does its job, healing happens, and the problem shifts, the problem resolves to the point that it doesn't recur anymore. So Bodytalk, once it gets rid of the problem, once it reconnects that communication and clear the memories, clear the negative emotions attached to each event that we live, the body has the perfect ground to then promote self-internal healing. And that's what we do in Bodytalk. So Bodytalk does not use of any other tools, of supplements, medication, none of that. Everything is promoted internally. All I do is to remind the body how it heals itself and what is needed in order for that kickstart to happen. It's all about reconnecting the neurotransmitters in the brain, and to make sure that they are all back on track and at full force, so the signals are sharp and strong going into every body part. So, due to quantum physics, it is possible to receive Bodytalk sessions either in person or remotely. So, it doesn't really matter where you are on the planet. You can connect with me and you receive the sessions the same. I personally work on people and animals. So, if you have a furry friend at home that is having issues, and if you'd like to save money on veterinarian bills, then by all means contact me, and I'll be happy to help whoever needs my help. So talking about my journey into Body Talk. So I first started working at a doctor's office when I was 16 years old. So I was there for a couple of years. So I had my first contact with Western medicine. And then from there, I shifted completely and I started working in the airline business. And I did that for a good 6, almost 7 years. When that was done, I started then working. So I moved. So that was then I was back in Brazil, where I'm from. And so I was also studying language and literature, and I got a degree in that. And I specialized in translating and interpreting. And I studied English and Portuguese back home. So that was my degree. Although I learned other languages, so I'm fluent also in Spanish, in Italian, and I know a little bit of Hebrew as well. And I was self-teaching Japanese, self-teaching myself Japanese a little bit, but that I was just touching like the very surface of it. So just because I have this love for languages, so why not? But if you'd like to receive sessions in both Italian and Spanish, and of course in Portuguese, because it is my mother tongue, by all means contact me. Or if you know of anybody who would like to receive Bodytalk sessions but don't speak English, so no problem, I could help them as well. So once I finished university, so I moved so I was into the airline business, and then 5 years later I moved to Canada. And once I moved here, then I started working with interpreting. So I was in a healthcare system for almost a good 10, 15 years maybe, interpreting, and so I've done it all. And that's towards, and I was also at the same time working at a doctor's office. So at the doctor I was working for at the time was retiring, and it all fell into place because I was approached by a very good friend of mine who mentioned about Bodytalk. And having no idea what Bodytalk was, I was very curious to find out. So I booked myself a session, really without knowing what it was all about. But it was not hard for me because I used to treat myself with naturopathy and chiropractic medicine, acupuncture. So I knew about holistic medicine, and I had experienced it many times before. So when I first booked a session, I received my first Bodytalk session. It was really surprise because what was brought up was about the passing of my mother, which had happened 5 years prior. And it was very surprising to me having to learn about having those memories of my mother's passing still affecting me to that day. And I had a big release, emotional release for the maybe 2-3 sessions after that, until everything came out. And I had no idea that I had all that sadness and grief bottled inside of me. So that's why I say that once we think that we've healed from something, maybe on the surface we have, but it doesn't mean that there's nothing buried inside that we need to get rid of as well. And body talk can go as deep as there, subconsciously, to find out if there's something really triggering you, still bothering you from your past that needs to come out. So for me, my growth in body talk was so pleasant. It was always so surprising. And because I had also so many issues, I've had so many musculoskeletal injuries, and so I needed big shifting. At that time, I was receiving cure from different practitioners. Before I started receiving Bodytalk sessions, I was going to a bioenergy therapist, to a chiropractor. I was receiving acupuncture. I was going to a psychotherapist, and I think I was doing something else, which I can't remember right now. So four, as far as I remember right now, and I was spending in a ballpark of about maybe $400 a month, around there. And it was a lot of money because I was going back every month and I was spending the same, between $300 and $400 a month, getting relief, but not really seeing big changes in my health. It was pretty much a maintenance kind of a treatment that I was getting from all these practitioners combined. When I started receiving Body Talk sessions, I literally stopped going to all those practitioners. I haven't received any of those therapies anymore because I just simply didn't need to. The Body Talk session is so deep and addresses the body on so many levels, on all levels, to the point that you start healing without even noticing. And that's exactly what I went through. So I was blown away. And when I started noticing that my health started changing so much, I wanted to know more about what was going on with me. I wanted to know how this body talk worked, and what's a better way to find out how the therapy works if not learning it. And then that's exactly what I did. I started attending courses and I started learning about the body talk system. And within 2 years, I got certified and I started practicing right away. And it's been 8 years into my journey, and I couldn't be more grateful. Seriously, I haven't seen those practitioners since. If I do receive body talk sessions very often, which is very important to clear blockages, to bring that balance to the body mind, to really bring the body from that sympathetic mode, chaotic, stressful, to a more calm and more rested mode. And only then is when we start healing, because if we are under stress, if the body is at its peak of stress all the time, no healing happens. Basically, that's exactly what happens. So we have to make sure that our stress levels are controlled, brought down, and only so the body will start healing. And it is just a great journey. It's just, I can't say it's addictive, but in a way, it's just like you don't want to receive anything else. And that's why I'm practicing, and that's why I come on and I want to share this with you guys, because I find it is so unnecessary to be receiving healing or help. I would say medical help, because it's not even healing. That doesn't heal you. Taking medication, taking pills, using creams, using, things that you think that are helping you, but in the long run, they are not, because the body only reacts to substances through a certain period of time. After that, everything becomes plateau and there's no changes. The body doesn't respond anymore. It becomes addicted and used to receiving that chemical, so that there's no changes. The body doesn't respond anymore. And I am very shocked to see, coming from the medical field, in Western medicine, the amount of medication that people can take in a day. I've seen people taking 25 to 30 pills a day, which is insane. I mean, how can you not have side effects from taking 25 pills a day and expect to heal? Because, okay, let's be honest, there's no healing in Western medicine. There is maintenance, coping, but if you wanted to really heal, unless the imbalance is on a physical level of the body, then yeah, the symptom will disappear and never come back. But if you're taking pills for so long and so many, what do you think they're doing for you? Right? Actually, they're doing to you, because all the side effects, all the damage in the body, and all the toxins bottled in your body because the body simply won't flush anything out. And Bodytalk does have a specific technique for that it can clear the chemicals from inside the body mind, to really have like a clear environment for things to start taking place again, so healing can happen. So I would highly recommend that if you haven't received Bodytalk yet, to please book a session to see what it is like, see what you're missing out on, and spread the word, because I find that in 2020, and considering everything that this planet has been going through, all we need is healing. We need deeper healing. We need natural healing. We need something that balances our mind, our spirit, our body, that really brings that balance, internal balance that we all looking for so badly. It is really about evolving. It's not about, quick fix anymore. And people are sick and tired of it. We've tried it. It simply doesn't work. So basically, it is about shifting. The planet is shifting, and we have to shift with it. We have to shift accordingly. So I think that this is always happening on the planet right now, to really come to us as a wake-up call as to what are we doing wrong? Is there anything we have to do different, in a different way, that we have to adjust? Do we have to eliminate something? Do we have to add something to it? So knowing that we can do things differently is the tool that we have. That's the power we have within. So yes, there are natural ways to heal, and Bodytalk is one of them. Bodytalk is, it's a very deep, if not the deepest way to heal, because the body in Bodytalk is really addressed on all levels. And it does use from that top-down causation, which really addresses all levels from the highest to the lowest, and not leaving anything uncovered, really addressing everything that is necessary to really bring the body into that healing state again. So I wanted to just share so people know, who I am, and to know about my history, and also to encourage you people out there who would like to learn also about the Bodytalk system, to really, roll up your sleeves and start taking courses, start learning, because the planet needs healing. So the more healers we have, the better. And the deeper the therapy, the deeper the healing. And that's exactly what Bodytalk does. So the more Body Talkers, the better. If you're interested, you can also check with me or go to the bodytalksystem.com and look for courses, and or reach out. And if I know of something that's going on in town at the moment, then I can certainly let you know. And to book a Bodytalk session with me, to actually have all your issues addressed versus having them addressed in the collective form, then please reach out. And all my information is in the description box below. And yes, so that's why I wanted to come out and let you know about what's going on with me, and to let you know who I am in case you didn't know, or maybe just suspected, but here it is, okay? And watch my videos, take the 30-day Body Talk Cortices Technique Tapping Challenge. The Cortices is this is amazing technique in Body Talk, the deepest technique that you can find. It's free, it's there, it does promote healing and balance and bring you from that stressful state of being to a more restful one, and just to start having the body heal itself. So reach out, leave me a comment, ask me any questions you want, and I'll be coming on eventually and letting you know a little bit more of information, as well as coming up with a free group Body Talk group sessions. Okay, and it was great getting in touch with you guys again, and I'll see you next time. Take care.